Oh my goodness, what a morning. It is coming up to 11 o'clock in the morning. I still haven't even had time to have a shave. I've only just edited yesterday's video, and the reason, it is a good reason, is that the engineer turned up to install the Nest Learning Thermostat that you saw me unbox on the channel probably about a week or so ago. And the installation took a lot longer than we both myself and the engineer, actually expected, because there were quite a few problems with the installation. The first problem was with the control box. I think it's called the heat control or something. That particular box, initially it looked like it wasn't compatible with our combination boiler, something to do with the input and the output voltages. So I rang Nest. They were very responsive, but they couldn't offer a solution, so they were saying, right, let's return the unit, we'll get you a refund, it's not compatible with your system. Whilst I was on that phone call, the engineer actually got a phone call from somebody else within the heating company that he works for, and they said it automatically switches voltages. So even if you put 240 volts in, the heat control output is actually switched to the correct voltage for the circuit board on your combination boiler. So the installation went ahead, and then when we went to connect it to the actual thermostat part of the system, it wouldn't do that wireless connection. So with a little bit of tinkering, switching on and off, restarting things, we finally got it to connect, and it's all looking good. I will give you a proper look at how it's working in a few days' time, once I've got used to it and once I can form an opinion as to how it's working regarding controlling our heating. So it might be a couple of days, might be a little bit longer, but I will share that experience with you. Also had really good news, and that is that the Samsung Galaxy S5 will be with me in the Geekanoids studio tomorrow. So they're actually sending it out and it will arrive on a Saturday. So come Monday you should start seeing some videos from me, just sharing my experience really with this new smartphone from Samsung. I'm not one for buying in smartphones. That's what I don't particularly like to do with the Geekanoids channel. It's just how I've always been. In the early days of setting up the channel, of course, I had to buy in a few bits of technology, but I would say probably at least for the last 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer, I rarely buy in something unless I'm going to actually end up using it on a day-to-day basis. And I've got my iPhone 5S, I've also got my Lumia 1020, I've also got the Nexus 5 sitting on the desk here next to me. So I've got all of the different operating systems covered when it comes to mobile platforms. And although I really am interested in the Samsung Galaxy S5, I've just got that rule of thumb that I don't purchase in review products, because after I've done my initial coverage on it, will I really use that on a daily basis? Well, I don't know yet because I haven't handled it, but it's very, very doubtful. When it comes to something like, I don't know, say a storage device for my Mac Pro, or an audio interface, or a trackpad, or a keyboard, then of course I'll buy that in, because, for example, using this Logitech K750, I use that every single day, so I don't mind spending sort of my funds on it and investing in something like that. So, but I'm still very excited. I don't know what colour I'm getting. That'll be a surprise to me as much as it will to you when I do the sort of unboxing and initial coverage. Okay, I was too excited. I want to show you it today, but look at this. If I just go close to it, the display comes on. This is the learning thermostat part. The control part is actually installed inside a cupboard, and this connects wirelessly to it. Now you can have this attached to a wall. It comes with a mounting plate and everything, or you can use the stand, which is what I've got it on top of this speaker. You can also have it hardwired in, so if you've got a low voltage output on your existing sort of heating wiring, you can use that, or you can use the USB cable, which plugs in the back, and then I've got the cable going behind my speaker and down to the plug. Eventually I'll put it into this conduit here so it won't be showing. Now, a word of warning, the USB cable, although it's white so it doesn't show up against the white walls, it's not that long, so you're sort of restricted as to how high up you could actually install this on a wall or shelf, but you can sort of accommodate that by getting a longer USB cable if you wanted to. I just wish Nest had maybe included 2 lengths of cables, because you can't cut a USB cable. So for the price, I would have liked to have seen 2 USB cables inside the box. But this is it, so I can turn this and I can actually turn my heating up, and when it goes red that means the heating's actually turned on, and then I can of course turn it down, so I can rotate this outer ring until it goes off. Very, very good. There is also a little mark, you can see a little tiny mark here, and it says here 22 degrees. That's the current temperature. So if I go above that 22 degrees, it turns the heating on. Below that, and it turns the heating off. I can also push this. This is a button, so I can push this in, and then I get to choose things like away mode. We've also got a settings mode, an energy mode, a schedule, turn the heating completely off, or say that I've done. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the menus, but that's basically how it works. And then it's got like a screensaver, which will turn this display off once it's not sort of getting any input from me or any user. The other way you can control it is with the application. So this is my iPhone, and I've got the Nest application already installed. And the reason I had it already installed is because I've already got the Nest Protect, which is the smoke alarm and carbon monoxide detector. And then the family room is what's actually being controlled by that Nest Learning thermostat. So I can tap on that, and now I can turn the heating up and down using this control. So I can scroll upwards, and when I go above that room temperature, it actually turns the heating on like it would on that manual control I showed you earlier. Or indeed, I can go below that 22 degrees, and then it communicates via my Wi-Fi network and turns the heating off. And then I can also go into these settings, and I can go into schedule, which shows me a schedule of all my on and off times, or I can go into thermostat settings, and here I can set lots of different things. I've got things like the away temperature, so that's set to 15 degrees, Nest Sense, equipment, technical info, temperature units, also a lock as well, and also to remove the thermostat from the app. Not from the system, just from the app. So that's a really cool way of actually being able to interact with the Nest Learning thermostat too. So as you can probably tell from my enthusiasm, I'm really enjoying the Nest thermostat already. It's only been installed a few hours, I'm just loving playing with it, but I can't adjust the temperature up and down too much because it's going to send the central heating crazy. But so far, so good. It's very, very nice to have this sort of automation and integration with the app. But it's also nice, and this is something that even the engineer said, there are other systems out there. I think the Hive one that British Gas actually do, which he mentioned he has installed before, that relies on an app. I don't think it's got a user interface as such. There's also one called a To-Do or something, and I think that relies on an app as well. So although I'm going to get a To-Do in to actually take a look at, this particular one, the Nest system, it's nice that you've actually got that physical control, because then anyone, as they're walking past, can actually control the system. So I think that is a really nice aspect of it. Only time will tell though, as I mentioned in the previous segment of this video, I'm not going to be bringing you a full review of this probably for at least a few days, maybe even longer than that, because I want to see how it actually works and how it builds up that program schedule. So you're going to have to stay tuned for that and my sort of final opinion about it. Wow, I did so much today. It's been a really eventful day actually. We just got back from having a McDonald's, and I'll let you know exactly what I did this afternoon. So a new set of speakers turned up, my Ruark MR1s, this time in black. They are for the editing room. So I got those installed, but because of the way I've designed the editing room, whenever you put something new in, you want all the wires to be hidden. So it involved taking the back off of the desk underneath, getting the speakers put in. I even had to pull out the cupboards because I also wanted to swap out one of the surge protectors I put in, because what was happening was every time I turned off the surge protector at the mains and then turned it back on, I would have to then crawl under the desk to reset one of the surge protectors, which was a total pain in the butt, I tell you. It really was annoying. So I'd swapped that out at the same time. So now I've got the new speakers in place, and I'll show you those probably in the weekend video, over the weekend anyway. And also I had another Ruark product turn up for review. This time a very large product, so I'm going to have to get some help actually installing that. It's just too heavy for me to lift. It's a two-person lift to actually get that set up properly. And also, oh, almost forgot, if you haven't been visiting the Geekanoids website recently, please do. The actual news section is taking shape really well. Very pleased with it. For a long time now, I've been running the Geekanoids website more or less by myself. I've had a couple of editors over the years. Actually, 1, 2, 3 different editors over the years. And just recently, Jussie has been posting regular content to the Geekanoids website. Unfortunately, she's not well at the moment. My best wishes go out to you, by the way, Jussie. I hope you are feeling better. And then just yesterday, Dave, who is better known as Lack78 on YouTube, or indeed Computing Forever, if you want to search up that website, that's Dave's personal website, and he very kindly wrote an HTC One M8 and Samsung Galaxy S5 article for the website, and I'm hoping, because it was so well written, that Dave will in fact write more for the website in the future. And I just think it's nice to have a good mix of content on the Geekanoids website, so I'm really pleased about that. Now, you'll be watching this midway through your weekend, so I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Don't forget, if you haven't already, tweet me some questions, because over the weekend I record my Q&A session. So if you've got any tech questions or other questions, tweet them at Geekanoids and include the hashtag GeekQA. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm still enjoying my nest, and I will leave you to all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you'd like to watch another amazing video from me, please do click that top box. And if you want to subscribe to my geeky channel, click the red box on the bottom of your screen now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.